Okay, so this is April, what is it, 8th, I think, 2020. We're in the middle of the pandemic, whatever, and yet arpeggios persist. So this is a video for my guitar students at the University of Toledo and whoever else wants to check it out. And we're going to be talking about 1-octave arpeggios, all right, and diatonic to the key of C. And there's a lot of ways to finger these. The way that I'm going to do this series is with one note on the bottom string, and then 2 notes on the next string, and then 1 note on the next string. So it's a 3-string grouping. You're going to have root, 3, 5, 7 on the low, middle, and higher string, respectively. Okay. So what I mean is this. I'm going to play, for example, C major. Okay. So C major has got C, E, G, B. And I'm going to play C on this 6th string, E and G on the 5th string, and then B on the 4th string. So we get, okay. And there's lots of ways to do this, okay? You could do 1 note per string. You could do 2 notes per string. You could do 2, 1, 1. You could put them all on 1 string, etc., etc. There's lots of ways to think about it. But what I want to do for this one again is 1, 2, 1. So root, 3, 5, 7. So C major 7 would be like this. Now, if I want to take that and make it a dominant chord, I'm going to flat the 7th. So the difference between C major 7 and C7 is the B goes to B flat. So it'd be like this: C, E, G, B flat. Now, I like to play that with the 3rd finger with a little scooch here. Some people like to play it with that 2nd finger, but I like this way. Either way is fine. You pick, but I pick this way. Okay. Then if I want to make it minor 7, it would be C, E flat, G, B flat, like that. Okay, and again, always 1 note, 2 notes, 1 note, or root, 3, 5, 7. In this case, root, flat 3, 5, flat 7 for a C minor 7 chord. And then C minor 7 flat 5, we got to have the minor 7 flat 5 chord to play diatonically. So root, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7. Okay. So those are my fingerings. Major 7, dominant 7, minor 7, minor 7 flat 5. Those are basic qualities for the key of C. Now I'm going to take those and I'm going to run them up in the key of C. So I'm going to just stay to the 6th string root and let's make it like that. Okay, so C major 7 is the 1 chord. D minor 7 is the 2 chord. E minor 7 is the 3 chord. F major 7 is the 4 chord. Or, and then G7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and C major 7. Okay, that's the exercise. Now, the same logic holds, and we can start with the root on a different string. So the 5th string root, C, is on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. And I'm going to put, again, the 3 and 5 on the next string up, happens to be the D string. And then 7 on the 3rd string. So I got just like that. And the fingerings are the same. It's kind of convenient on this one. If I make it dominant, the B goes flat. If I make it minor, the E flats. And minor 7 flat 5. Like that. Same fingerings we saw. So in the key of C, we have C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, or and C major 7 again. See, like that. Now I can continue this and play the same notes in the same fingering configuration starting on the 4th string, okay? So the C is here on the 10th fret of the D string. Same formula now, root on the low string, and then 3, 5 on the next string up, and then 7 on the top string. So then dominant becomes minor, minor 7 flat 5, okay, like that. So I can do the same business now and run them through the keys. See, so C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, or, by the way, when you use an open string, it's the same thing. It's one note, then the next string 2 notes, and the next string 1 note. It doesn't matter that it happens to be an open string there, it's fine. And then F major 7, and then G7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, and C. And then the same thing applies to one more string set, which is starting on the 3rd string. Okay, so I got C major 7 here, C, E, G, B on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, and then the 5th and 8th of the B string, and then the 7th of the high E string. So C major 7. Same thing, I make it dominant, I just flat the B. Okay, I make it minor, or, and then minor 7 flat 5. Now again, there's other fingerings that are probably more intuitive for you, but we're going to go through all of them, but what I want to do is keep each fingering system consistent. Okay, and there's benefits to that because it makes sure you understand all the nooks and crannies of the fretboard. Okay, where we get tripped up is we learn fingerings that are really easy to play and we don't realize that they're partial and that there's a whole family of fingerings that actually, when you know them all, it's a lot of fun. It's just more fun to have more options. That's how it is. So, and there's more freedom there. Okay, so if we run this diatonically, so I got C major 7, root 3, 5, 7, D minor 7, D, F, A, C, like that. E minor 7, E, G, B, D. F major 7, F, A, C, E. G7, G, B, D, F. We're down here. G, B, D, F. A minor 7, A, C, E, G. And then B minor 7 flat 5, B, D, F, A, C. So it'd be like, okay. Now, why would you want to do this stuff? It's a very good question. It's not just because it exists, therefore do it. It's because we want to learn how to play changes, okay? So the jazz tradition started with a blues bass and melodic paraphrase and, you know, embellishing melodies with ragtime, right? And New Orleans collective improvisation, Louis Armstrong kind of stuff. And then also you embellish the melody with arpeggiations, okay? So playing the changes. So for example, if I keep a very simple example, if I have chord changes that are like C major 7 to D minor 7 to E minor 7, I'll just go through the same thing, F major 7, right? And G7, A minor 7, B minor 7 flat 5, C major 7. Okay, don't worry about the voicings if they're weird for you, but and just those are the changes. Now what I'm going to do is take the same arpeggio fingering, which is spelling out the chord changes, and I'm just going to improvise a melody using exactly those fingerings, and we'll see. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I just improvised a little melody there that actually is hitting the chords every time they go by. And that's, you know, you're playing the changes when someone can hear the chord changes, even if there's not a pianist and a bass player and a drummer and everybody's cooking along playing the changes, you know. So well suited to solo playing in the COVID-19 era, all right? You should be able to take any tune and just sit there and play chord tone solo and actually make music out of it and be able to think that way. It's not the only way to think, but it's an important and necessary way to be able to think, okay? Because we can build other stuff off of that and just make plenty of music straight like that. So the assignment is key of C, root 3, 5, 7, through with the fingerings root on one string, 3, 5 on the next, and 7 on the top string. We've got 4 3-string groupings, like I showed, and just play C major 7, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G 7, A minor 7, B minor 7, flat 5, back to C major 7 with the 6, 5, 4, and 3rd string root. Okay? Play them up straight. Ba-ba-doo-ba, da-ba-doo-ba, well, something like that would be fine. And then ultimately just improvise over it and see what you can do. Okay, have fun with this. Enjoy.